Hello everyone, it's Shane Conto, your Wasteland Reviewer. Welcome to Lost in the Wasteland, my weekly interview show where I learn a little bit more about somebody else's perspective on movies and a little TV. And this is the 199th episode of this show, which is insane. Just imagine the 200th episode, which will happen to be recording literally right after this. But for this episode is the 5th round interview with my wife, Jess. Jess, thank you so much for coming on and humoring me through all of these years doing these interviews.
Well, now I can't make a joke because that was really nice and heartfelt. You're welcome.
You still could.
I could, but I'm choosing not to. I'm growing as a person.
There you go, over the course of the 4 years that I've been doing these interviews.
Yeah.
Now, this is Jess's 5th round. I haven't done a whole lot of 5th round interviews yet, so these questions are still pretty fresh, which also means I don't know them as well. So I'll be reading them a little bit closer than usual. Now, Jess, what is your preferred environment for watching a movie?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends on what kind of movie. Like Twisters, probably better in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
Fury Road, probably better in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's just a silly watch that Paige and I are going to talk over, obviously would rather that
Watch at home.
be at home.
So what kind of movies do you watch on your phone?
I don't watch any movies on my phone.
There you go. I was waiting for a Christopher Nolan joke. I was serving that up right for you, Jess.
You know I'm not a Nolan head.
Well, that's why I was serving that joke up
Not
for
a
you.
Nolanite.
No, but...
Why was he big mad about that?
Well, like, he's the one that wanted to make Tenet the first movie back in theaters and stuff during COVID, because Return to the theaters. And we watched Tenet exactly how he wanted, which was on a screen draped over 3 shipping containers at a naval yard in Philly at a drive-in movie theater.
Yep.
Exactly. But no, so, and this one kind of goes along with it. Speaking of theaters, what kind of standards do you have for watching a movie at a theater?
I have no standards. I go wherever you book the tickets for. Shane controls. I rarely see a movie without you, so it's a surprise every time, and usually, even if you tell me, I forget. But I enjoy the theaters that have reclining seats.
Which...
But
when
I
it's a
when
it's a bigger movie and we get to see it at AMC Marlton and they have a Prime Theater. Prime Theater's nice. That's what I'm shooting for Twisters.
Yeah.
So
I really want to feel like I'm having my skin sandpapered off by a tornado. That's apparently how most people die and animals in tornadoes is it picks up dust. Anyway.
Interesting.
This isn't tornado talk.
Jess can make her own show.
No.
It would totally be tornado talk.
No, there's enough people doing that. There's a whole Girls Who Chase.
That has never stopped anybody on the internet.
It stopped me,
Okay.
who was looking for any excuse.
Now, Jess, what film will always get an emotional reaction out of you?
I really had to rack my brain for this one, but I'm gonna go with my gut, which is Inside Out, specifically with
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong, yeah, that gets me every time.
Jess, do you want to tell the fun story about some not so great movie viewers that we saw Inside Out with that then had a horrible emotional reaction to Bing Bong?
Oh, the teenagers? Yeah, they were making jokes the whole time, and then when Bing Bong sacrificed himself, the one girl was like hysterically crying. They didn't really talk the rest of the movie. Like she lost
No, they
it.
did not.
She lost it.
That shut them up real quick.
Yeah, they weren't expecting
because they were like
this.
a high school soccer team or a lacrosse team or something like that.
Just being teenagers.
Yeah, but no.
No, they stopped after that. This girl was like, didn't the one girl like, are you okay? I remember one of them staging an intervention.
I can only imagine what Pixar has up its sleeve for Inside Out 2, which will be coming out sometime this summer. Now, Jess, what film series do you wish would continue that has stopped?
I am going to say Tremors. And then my answer for one that keeps going, also Tremors. It's the same one.
Well, to be fair, Tremors has stopped. So Tremors...
Are you sure?
Yeah, they did the whole
they killed Bert, but...
They sure did.
Rest in peace.
And then they did that whole entire
Yeah.
montage at the end.
But that's why I never trust that it's truly done.
Oh, I have every Tremors movie. All 7?
Yeah.
7 of them. I'm probably one of the few people that does own all 7
I
Tremors
enjoy them.
movies.
I like them a lot. But
Well, the first Tremors movie
like,
is a legitimately great creature feature.
yeah.
And
they
then
just get so schlocky. I love it.
Well, the next 2 are like...
They're fine.
They're fine, what you would expect from a depreciating series like that. And not gonna lie, the straight to Sci-Fi Channel original prequel back in the Old West, I had some fun with that. After that, they definitely got straight up schlocky, straight to VOD trash.
I love the schlock.
They were just like,
Or I do at least.
Let's make ice versions.
No, the actual answer of what should stop is just Jurassic Park. I'm just disappointed.
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you that they're working on another Jurassic World movie.
I've stopped going to see them because I'm like, it's fine, I guess. It's just not.
It honestly could have just ended after Jurassic Park. Like
then we wouldn't get that definitely a little girl doing like 5 flips to get away from a raptor. Wink, definitely a small child.
Definitely.
She's not small, but a child.
Now, Jess, what historical event should get a film adaptation?
Well, Shane, I'm glad I remembered what my answer was. I'm gonna say, hold on, there's a specific name for it. I am going to say the Cadaver Synod, which is when, have you heard of this?
No.
This is when the Catholic Church, it was Pope Formosus. I can't remember if he was the one that was digging another pope up. Anyway, they put a dead pope on trial because the current pope at the time had a grudge against him. And yeah, and like, it was I love early Catholic Church shenanigans. Not so much the murder and inquisitions and colonialization, but just stuff like that. Like, that's just, there was one about hot dogs too, but I didn't,
I have an idea for casting.
So I wanted it to be in the style of Death of Stalin, where it is exactly what happened, shockingly accurate.
Armando Iannucci is definitely good.
That's what I
want. He would make this movie. My bit of casting is Daniel Radcliffe as the corpse pope.
Is it because
yes, because of Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man, that's what it was.
100%. Who would you get as like crazed pope who's putting this other
definitely Russell Crowe. How dare you?
Oh, have my money already.
Yes, that's my choice for a historical
I will
event.
be there for opening night, Thursday night pre-showing.
I had even looked up like weird events because I knew I had one I wanted to use, but I could not, and it wasn't anywhere on the shockingly entertaining Wikipedia page for like weird historical events. So I was getting really frustrated, and then finally I just Googled like dead Pope trial, and it came right up. So it's called the Corpse Cadaver Synod. What was it? Cadaver Synod.
Wow.
Synod,
I can't believe they haven't made that.
I know, right?
How does this historical event exist and you haven't done anything with that?
Because the other stuff I wanted to know about, it like was a historical, like it was already a movie, but then no, just happened to listen to
that's great. There you go.
The other second runner was the defenestration of Prague, where someone got thrown out of a window and started a whole war. Love that.
Wars have been started for less.
Defenestration.
Now, what person deserves to get a biopic made about them?
I'm gonna have to go with my personal hero, starting in 3rd grade, Sojourner Truth. Can't believe, I don't think there's been any movies made about her.
At least I don't know about
She's
any major
hell.
ones. Now, would you get it in the same vein as Harriet, which was like a pseudo superhero movie?
I think that Sojourner Truth is badass enough that you probably don't need to. I mean, she really was awesome.
That was more of a joke at the expense of that movie.
I wanted to wait. In Lincoln, doesn't it lead up to the Emancipation Proclamation or whatever?
Yes.
So, similar, but leading up to Aren't I a Woman? Maybe that's my pitch.
Okay.
I would not make this movie. I'm not the right person to make this movie. But that's
Steven
my
Spielberg.
pitch. Yeah,
Right?
That's right. That's right. He did The Color Purple.
Yep. And Lincoln, it would be a sequel. Right.
A prequel. Sojourner Truth, I believe, was before.
So, prequel to Lincoln.
Well, part of it. She lived.
So, definitely not Ava DuVernay or Barry Jenkins or Steve McQueen or any of them. Steven Spielberg should 100% be making this movie.
Alright, I'll slide into his DMs after this.
There you go.
Hey, Steve.
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Now, Jess, what is your go-to streaming service? And what kind of features and content do you want out of a platform?
Well, Shane, my favorite streaming service is whatever you pull up for the movie we're watching. But I do have preferences. I like a good search algorithm or suggestion algorithm. Netflix, looking at you for a non-example of that. Trash. Absolute garbage. Someone had to go and, like, discover the hidden categories and make an index online. That shouldn't have to be done by people. Come on, Netflix.
The worst search might be Amazon. Because, like, I don't know how much you were paying attention to me trying to type in something earlier, or was that before you got up? I was trying to type in "they were expendable," and like it comes up for like the amount of effort that you have to put in to search anything on there.
And we don't love that.
It's just frustrating. I don't like it.
I like a good suggestion algorithm because if
Which
I'm
Netflix
hyper
sucks,
fixating
too.
on something, I'm probably going to want to watch more.
They just are like, "Hey, look at our new shit.
You're a woman. Here's some more true crime.
Here's our new shit.
Eat it.
No, watch our
Eat
new
it."
shit." No, that's literally all it is. Like, watch our new shit. Look at the brand new stuff that's popped
And then
up.
I'm just like, Well, airplane's not landed
And then you
today.
go, just like knock it out of there.
That's the best move. I once cried because that happened to me at work with a thing of tuna. I was just trying to get this kid to eat, and I was like crying trying to feed him, and he was like, and he like flung it all over the front of me, and I'm like crying in the kitchen.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it was good times.
Now, just I think I know the answer to this. What TV series do you wish would be revived for more seasons?
Why? What do you think the answer is?
I'm thinking it's either BoJack or you're going to Tuca and Birdie instead.
Oh man, those are good answers. I actually said Firefly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which
those are. I mean, BoJack. I don't want BoJack to continue indefinitely. I just wanted it to continue as long as the creators wanted it to. So I'm gonna change my answer to BoJack. It's a good one. My name is Earl. Close third. I have such a soft spot for that show. I think because I grew up with a lot of people who remind me of him. And that's probably what they would do.
I have never watched My Name is Earl, but I was aware of that when it was on TV.
It was a good time.
Jason Lee.
Earl. The titular Earl. Yeah, trying to make amends.
But no,
That
like
lottery ticket back.
we obviously are big fans of BoJack in this household, and then also Tuca and Birdie just getting murdered twice.
I mean, the depictions of trauma and like girl friendships from the chef's kiss. Loved it.
Now, Jess, who is an actor you'd like to see get a comeback?
I gotta go with who I don't know his name, guy who played Joffrey, because I heard that he's like I don't really care about Game of Thrones very much, but I heard he's a really nice person.
He is.
I would love that for
making
him.
a comeback a
Good.
bit.
Wow.
He
how
was
prophetic.
in The Land of Saints and Sinners, that new Liam Neeson's movie.
He's classically trained too as an actor, isn't he?
He played a hitman
I know more about him than
with
Joffrey.
with a mustache and soul patch combo.
I hate that for him.
It's gross.
Oh.
He looked gross, but also he's a shady little shit.
In real life, he's apparently a doll.
Well, and like you hope that he will do better for himself in this movie, but no. So maybe he will. Hopefully, that's a nice open door to try to get him back. Because he got bullied out of acting because like so many people just said the most horrible things about him. It's like it's called acting. Joffrey doesn't exist.
I would love him to make a comeback.
I think it's Jack Gleason.
Yeah, I
is
remember
his
he
name,
had
yeah.
a name that it sounds like that. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna leave it at. Oh, I remember he had a name. I thought that's where that was gonna end.
What is that? A Gordon Lightfoot song? I have a name.
No, that's Jim Croce.
Swing and a miss.
Now, Jess, if you met someone new and they had to get to know you through watching movies, what 3 movies would you pick for them to watch to get to know you?
I copped out on this one and went right to Letterboxd to pick my top 3. So True Grit, obviously, and then Fantastic Mr. Fox, actually, which I did not pull directly off of my top 3, but I really enjoy that, mostly for that thing I sent you. And then what was the third one? The third one was Spirited Boy.
Interesting.
I didn't even have to unlock my phone; it just came to me.
True Grit, I definitely see because you're her.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Maddie.
you are Maddie.
Plucky, fast-talking, and in over her head. Yeah, that sounds right.
So, that is Jess in a nutshell.
She's a little more aggressive than me. I wish I were that bold. I probably would just cry if I had to negotiate.
And also, Jess means the True Grit from the Coen brothers, specifically.
Not the other one.
Not the John Wayne.
Not my favorite one.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. You do have the gift of gab, like the titular Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Wow, did I just straight up pick movies where I'm not too much Chihiro. I respect her.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Oh Brother, because you're a bit of Ulysses Everett McGill.
Me and George Clooney.
George Clooners.
Me and George Clooners.
And then Spirited Away, because Jess is like a little weebish.
Anime. I have not heard that term from young people in a long time.
Well, I'm 30-something, so I'm not Gen Z.
Like,
so
growing up, that was like... and to be fair, some of my friends were really enthusiastic, and I visited Japan when I was 17, and my mom was like, "Can I touch you?" But being a teenager is weird and awkward anyway, so I'm glad that people are embracing it and that it's cool.
I love Japanese cinema, but I am not that.
An anime enthusiast.
I really like anime. I'm a big fan of animation in general, and Japanese cinema is fantastic. And I'm very happy to see how well the Asian directors are doing on my tournament right now. One of them absolutely demolished Zack Snyder, and that gave me much gratification.
Shane loves to see it.
I did love to see it.
Yeah, I used to be pretty, because sometimes I like doubt myself. I was like, I wasn't that into anime, and I'm like, no, you went on eBay to get these like gacha Rurouni Kenshin set of dolls.
Well, speaking of gacha, because I don't remember if you remembered to think of a question. But that was my last question, and how I always like to wrap up the show is having my guest ask me a question. Mm-hmm. So, Jess, what would you like to ask the Wasteland Reviewer?
Should have 2 questions. First of all,
okay.
How dare you? I had a really good one.
Is it in your notes?
I can't. No, I didn't write it. You would think, Shane, you would think that when I specifically wrote notes. I think it was, what is your, did I ask you this yet? What is your most anticipated movie of the summer? I know the answer for the rest of the year. What about the summer?
Well, to be fair, by the time this episode comes out, I will have already seen Furiosa, so that's easy. Definitely.
That's what I aim for. I aim for easy.
Definitely Deadpool and Wolverine at this point. Like a prayer. I just there's so many things I laugh at.
I like the soundtrack.
It's just like,
digging it.
Okay, lady. We're like, whiskey dick of the claws. It's very common in Wolverines over the age of 40. Just, I can't wait to see the action of it, because like Deadpool has some really cool action. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried that the action won't be as good as Deadpool 2, because David Leitch isn't doing this one. It's Sean Levy, but we'll have to see. I won't judge the action, because like they don't show a ton of the action in the trailers. It's usually like quick, like Wolverine getting like stabbed in the ass, kind of thing. Or
I say there's a lot of butt stuff.
Yes.
So much butt stuff.
So much butt stuff.
It's 2024. Year of the butt.
Just ask Squirrely Dan of butt stuffs.
Butt stuffs.
But no, I can't wait for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm a huge MCU fan. This is literally the only movie we're getting this year.
It's fine with me. Gotta create a state of satiation.
Yes.
Or undo the state of satiation.
And
definitely.
next year, looking forward to Captain America... Brave New World? They kept changing the name.
Like the movie or the book.
I don't know if it's like based off of a specific run from the comics or not, but it was New World Order, but I think it's Brave New World now. And then also Thunderbolt Asterisk. Cuz that is the official title, and they won't tell us why cuz apparently it's significant in the movie.
Inclusivity.
But yes, Deadpool and Wolverine. Jess, thank you so much, as always, for coming on to my interview show, along with everything else that I do on my channel.
You're welcome, Shane. It's been an interesting journey. I'm still reeling from the 4 years thing.
But thank all of you out there for always tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.